The other thing that I would want to talk to you about is discipline. You know what? Motivation has been overrated. I know we meet according to motivation. We start our businesses according to motivation, rah. We start our coaching businesses according to motivation. But motivation is being overrated. All right? Are you getting me? So if you want to become successful in your life, not only do you need to be motivated, but more importantly, you need to be disciplined, because a lot of things are going to come in your way. The disappointments and the rejections are going to come. People are going to deny you. This entrepreneurship space, you are alone. Are you getting me? So you need to be disciplined, because the rejections are going to come, and they are going to come by the truckloads. But you need to stand up on yourself to say that I'm going to become successful no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets. I'm going to make it in my life. You need to tell yourself that. Sometimes there's no one who's going to tell you a positive message. Sometimes you just need to go on the mirror, look in your eyes, and say that I'm the best that the world has never produced. Start to do that. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to make it. Follow the history makers. Follow the people that has become successful in their own area in their life. They tell you that there was no one to motivate me. And I'm telling you that all the leaders, all the history makers, all the successful business people, they were disrespected at first, and they were not revered at first. But at the end of the day, we are celebrating them today. All right? So I want to talk to you about this thing. I've got a friend who is into bodybuilding. These guys, it takes them, for you to be able to perform or compete and get a card as an IFBB pro, it takes an average of 8 to 10 years. Do you think these guys are doing it according to their motivations? Discipline. You subscribe to all the YouTube channels about how to make it, and you see that they are so in this form, and you do it 2-3 days, 1 week, and you quit. That's motivation alone. But if you are not disciplined to say that they are going to beat me, I'm not going to make it now, but as long as the day follows the night, I'm going to make it. 8 to 10 years for them to get a card and compete as an IFBB pro. It is discipline. Sometimes you see them eating boiled chicken with no salt. They say that I'm not eating this for me to be full in my stomach. I'm not eating according to taste, but I'm eating according to function. That's discipline for them to look like this and begin to compete as the bodybuilder. So it is important to do that. So when you face these rejections and disappointments, tell yourself that these are just about character building moments. The founder of Nyara's and chief executive officer of the group, this is Philip Mataranyika. His history is a very, very inspiring one. If you want to read, he's writing, the articles are called Connecting the Dots. If you've got enough time to read about this man, character building moments, you'll see how it takes the discipline that it requires for one to become successful. And the next man that I would want to tell you about, this man, do you all know this man? Who is he, by the way? Udada Nelson Mandela. I want to thank you so much. This is, his history is very inspiring one. I want to ask you a question. Do you think Nelson Mandela was motivated to spend 27 years in jail? The guy was disciplined to see his mighty mission through. So I will tell his story in a very quick way. So Nelson Mandela, 18 years at Robben Island, and other years at the local prison, a total of 27 years of incarceration. But when he was at Robben Island, they made him to chip the stones of quarry for 10 years. And they wanted to break his spirit, because after he had done that, they took those stones and threw them away and said to him that again. And the young people and the young girls could watch him whilst he is taking his shower, and they were laughing at him, laughing at the elderly statesman. All right? And then one day, his son Tembekile Madiba died. He was killed in a car accident at the age of 24. He was denied an authority or permission to go bury his own son. One day they asked him to dig a pit, and they made it a grave for Udada Nelson Mandela. They put him in that pit because they thought he was gonna die. You know what the prison guards did? They started urinating on him. But fast forward, when he became the president of South Africa, you know what he did? He invited the prosecutor who was seeking for his death penalty to dinner. He invited the prison guards that wanted to destroy him from his mighty mission to his inauguration as the president of South Africa, and actually made them to sit in the front chairs at his inauguration. And they're telling me that was motivation. No. Discipline is very important. So the elder statesman was courageous. The elder statesman was humble. The elder statesman was determined to see his mighty mission through. But the most important part, he was disciplined to make sure that his goals, his dreams, and his mighty mission, he see it through. Discipline is very important than motivation. So you must be able to see your mighty mission through. Do a follow-up. After saying everything that I've been talking about this man, the people started asking him, Nelson Mandela, how could you do that? How could you take the people and touch them so positively, the people that wanted to destroy you, from your mighty mission? And he said it, and I will try to mimic him what he said. He said that when he was asked, how and why did he do that? He said that, when I got out of the door towards the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew that if I didn't leave bitterness and hatred behind, I would still be in prison. Listen to the words of the elder statesman. He said that when I got out of the door towards the gate that would lead to my freedom, I knew that if I didn't leave my bitterness and hatred behind, I would still be in prison. Be disciplined. I told you that it's either you get emotions or progress, but you don't have both. Discipline is very important. So for you to be able to achieve everything, the 5 keys of how you can begin to unleash your genius so that you can operate at your personal best performance. For us who comes from Christian proclivity, we do understand that according to Hebrews 11 verse 1, faith was defined in a more elegant way than I myself, CJ, could ever say. You need to have faith for you to achieve everything that you need for you to become successful in your life. And faith is the substance of things hoped for, that is the evidence of things not seen. So you and I today, as history makers, as would-be entrepreneurs, as good fathers, mothers, and children, the leaders of tomorrow, every space that you want to tap into, I want to say to you, you have greatness within you. You need to be disciplined and do everything that we do. Don't do it according to motivation. Sometimes you are motivated for it, but even if you are not, you need to continuously do that, and the world will be the path to our door.